Good morning, neighbors. It is Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026, and you are tuned in to the Murphy Morning Show. I am your host, Sara, here to walk with you through the latest news, weather, and happenings around Murphy and our nearby mountain communities. Let us start with our top local stories this morning. First, Cherokee County officials are preparing for a big day at the polls because today is primary election day across North Carolina, including right here in Murphy. Polls are open at your assigned precincts, and the County Board of Elections has reminded voters that early voting wrapped up on Saturday, February 28th, and that today is your opportunity to cast a ballot in some very competitive local races. Races on the ballot include county commissioner seats, register of deeds, and other local offices that have a direct impact on services, budgets, and priorities close to home. So if you are registered, make a plan to vote before the polls close this evening. Our second story is a difficult one, and our hearts are with everyone touched by it. The Cherokee County Sheriff's Office has released an update on a death investigation in the Hiwassee Dam area, identifying the victim as 74-year-old Diane Emily Pellington of Cross Creek Lane in the Murphy community. Authorities say she was found deceased at her home after family requested a welfare check, and an autopsy determined that she died as the result of a dog attack. Deputies have seized several dogs from a nearby property and placed them in quarantine while the investigation continues, and the sheriff has asked the community to keep the family, neighbors, and first responders in their prayers as they work through this tragedy. Staying with public safety, Cherokee County is also in the middle of a major transition in law enforcement leadership. Sheriff Dustin Smith has announced that he is stepping down, with his retirement effective early February, and a decision not to run for re-election after a letter from District Attorney Ashley Hornsby Welch called for his resignation. That letter cited concerns including alleged negligence, issues with evidence handling, and fallout from previous critical incidents. County leaders are now working through the process for new leadership at the sheriff's office, and many locals are watching closely as they look for stability, transparency, and trust from whoever takes the reins next. Another story affecting our community's sense of safety and grief has been the broader coverage of the same dog attack case, now getting attention beyond Cherokee County. Regional and national outlets have reported on the loss of Ms. Pellington, highlighting questions about dangerous dogs, responsibility of owners, and how rural communities like Murphy navigate animal control challenges with limited resources. As always on this show, we want to remind everyone to be especially mindful with pets, to secure them properly, and to stay in communication with neighbors and animal control when there are concerns. On a lighter and more hopeful note, our arts and culture scene in downtown Murphy continues to grow. The Murphy Art Explosion, also known as the Max Project, is bringing color and creativity to Peachtree Street with an artist reception and an ongoing exhibit at the MAC, our local arts center. That show is set to be on display through May of this year, giving you plenty of time to wander in, see work from local and regional artists, and support the creative energy that is becoming a real point of pride for our town. It is a great way to spend an afternoon, especially if you pair it with a stroll through downtown shops and a cup of coffee or a treat from a local bakery. Looking a bit ahead, Main Street Murphy is already gearing up for some signature events that define spring in our area. The second Saturday Shop and Sip series returns on Saturday, March 14th from 2 o'clock in the afternoon until 5 o'clock in the evening in downtown Murphy. Local retailers will be open with special deals, refreshments, and a relaxed social atmosphere, giving you a chance to support small businesses, meet neighbors, and ease into the spring season. And just around the corner on the calendar, the Murphy Spring Festival is set for Saturday, May 2nd, from noon into the evening with live music, vendors, food trucks, a kids' carnival, and a beer and wine garden, so festival organizers are already inviting vendors, sponsors, and volunteers to get involved. All right, let us talk weather for Murphy over the next 3 days. For today, Tuesday, March 3rd, you can expect a cool, damp, early March day. Morning temperatures will sit in the low 40s, with afternoon highs climbing into the low 50s, with a good chance of scattered showers moving through and plenty of clouds hanging around. It is a good day to keep a light rain jacket handy, watch for some slick spots on back roads, and give yourself a little extra time if you are heading out to vote or run errands. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we will start to see a small break in the wet pattern. Morning temperatures will be in the upper 30s, with afternoon highs pushing into the upper 50s under mostly cloudy skies and maybe a few peaks of sun. There is still a slight chance of a light shower, but most of the day looks dry enough for outdoor chores, walking the dog, or getting in a late afternoon stroll along the river if you bundle up a bit. By Thursday, the warming trend continues just a little. Expect morning lows in the low 40s and afternoon highs around the low to maybe mid-60s, with more breaks in the clouds and only a low chance of a brief shower. It should feel more like those classic early spring days in the mountains, cool in the shade, comfortable in the sun, and a nice setup for any evening ball practices, church events, or dinner in town. And hey, while we are talking about staying connected, this is a perfect moment to ask for a little help from you. If you enjoy the Murphy Morning Show and you find value in these local updates, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, slam the notification bell so you never miss a new episode, and if you know someone who would appreciate a friendly local voice in the mornings, please share the channel with a friend. Your support really helps this show reach more of our neighbors. Now let us turn to our community events rundown, starting right here in Murphy. Coming up later this month, the MAC on Peachtree Street is hosting the continuing exhibit for the Murphy Art Explosion Project, with artwork on display throughout March during regular gallery hours. It is a wonderful, low-cost outing for families, couples, and anyone who just wants to soak in some creativity, and you can check in with the MAC for specific reception times or special artist meet and greet events. Looking ahead to mid-month, mark your calendar for Saturday, March 14th, when downtown Murphy will host the second Saturday Shop and Sip from 2 in the afternoon until 5 in the evening. Shops will stay open with special deals, some will offer light refreshments or tastings, and the whole downtown area will have that festival feel without being overwhelming. It is a great way to support local businesses, walk off some cabin fever from winter, and maybe discover a new favorite store, all within a short, walkable stretch of town. Also on the horizon, the Murphy Spring Festival is scheduled for Saturday, May 2nd in downtown Murphy, running from midday into the evening with live music, food trucks, craft and art vendors, a kids' carnival, and a beer and wine garden. Streets downtown will be closed to traffic to make room for stages, booths, and family activities, so you can wander safely, listen to music, let the kids play, and enjoy that big small-town festival atmosphere Murphy is becoming known for. Organizers are encouraging local businesses, artists, and community groups to get involved now, since this event tends to draw a big crowd from all over Cherokee County and beyond. If you are looking for smaller gatherings and workshops, keep an eye on spaces like Olive's Porch in Murphy, which regularly lists community events such as carving nights and craft workshops, especially as we move deeper into March. These events are perfect if you want to learn a new skill, make some friends, or simply have a relaxed evening out that does not revolve around screens. As always, it is a good idea to check ahead for registration details or limited seating. Before we wrap up today's show, just a quick reminder about safety as we head through these early spring weeks. Road conditions can still change quickly in the mountains, especially early in the morning and late at night, so take it slow on curves and back roads. For those with pets, especially larger dogs, make sure fences and leashes are secure, and be considerate of neighbors who may be out walking or working in their yards. A little extra care goes a long way toward keeping everyone safe and feeling at ease in our close-knit communities. That is going to do it for this Tuesday edition of the Murphy Morning Show. Thank you so much for spending part of your morning with me. I am Sara, wishing you a peaceful, productive, and safe day ahead. Do not forget to subscribe, tap that like button, ring the notification bell, and share the show with a friend who loves this beautiful corner of the mountains as much as you do. Take good care of each other out there, and I will talk with you again tomorrow morning.